There are two misconceptions about the Syrian war. First of all, it's not a war, it's ethnic cleansing. And in this case, 10% of the Alawite Shia in Syria, which are led by Bashar Assad and before him his father Hafiz al-Assad, are backed by foreign powers like the Iranian regime, the Khomeinites, and the Russians, in order to eliminate 80% of the Syrian population, which is Sunni. So half of them are already in in exile in Turkey, in Germany, in Lebanon, in Saudi Arabia, in Jordan, and the rest of them are facing extinction or brutalities like the ones which were reported in prisons like Sednaya. But Sednaya is not the only one. So this is not a war. This is ethnic cleansing of the majority Sunni Syrians. The second misconception is that Syrian regime of Bashar Assad is Syrian. So why are they doing to their Syrian fellow Syrians? This is not a Syrian regime. This is a very sectarian regime. It's an Alawite regime. It's backed by the Shiites in Iran, in Iraq, in Lebanon, and many other places. And it doesn't consider the Sunni Muslims as part of Syria or equal Syrians. The other thing is that this regime is not democratic. It's not elected by the majority. It's not supported by the majority. A majority of Syrians are displaced, and there is an ethnic cleansing going on of the majority of Syrians, that is Sunni Muslims. And Bashar Assad regime is there because of the atrocities that they have been committing, and because of the foreign powers like the Putin's Russia, and Khomeinites in Iran. So this is not a Syrian regime, and this is not democratic elected. These Bashar Assad is occupying Syria. Syrian people, majority of them, they find Turkey to be their savior. They are going into Turkey. 25% or 20%, 3.5 to 4 million of Syrians are living in Turkey right now. They are trying to save themselves and their children from the atrocities committed by the Bashar Assad regime, which people in Israel have been calling as a mini Holocaust. So, what Bashar Assad is doing is massacre after massacre, genocide in every other major city in order to capture it. And it's a complete prison for the Sunni Muslims, or the 80% of Syrian population. So, it's not democratic, it's not Syrian, it's not legitimate, it's an occupation force, and which is enslaving and all most of the Syrians with the help of foreign terrorist and criminal regimes like Iranians and the Chinese and the Russians.